Hey there, I'm Jacqueline, posting a video today for those of you that might have some back issues. So I've posted previous videos with a Sun A flow to get you warmed up, a Sun B flow. I still recommend that you do the Sun A and Sun B, and I'll demonstrate that. But I'm also going to demonstrate a few postures that really help to loosen, open up the spine. I don't know anybody that hasn't had some sort of back pain at some point ever in their life, or anybody that couldn't benefit from what I'm about to show you. So I wanted to give you a little bit of information about, loosening up the spine, getting into the different muscles in your back, and just some gentle yoga postures that can help benefit you. So just starting out, I'll angle the camera so you can see. You do the flow as I showed you in the first two videos, the Sun A, and then as you come down, it's really nice if you're really working on your back just to separate your feet about shoulder width distance. Let your head hang heavy here for a moment. Grab opposite elbows. We call this ragdoll. Just kind of gently glide side to side. After a few moments of that, which really feels nice in the mornings, often when you're really tight, then come up, hold this. It's called half lift. So plugging the shoulder blades in, really pulling them back along the spine and lengthening through the crown of your head. Push the sits bones back and really create length between each vertebrae. Good. And even when you do folds, I want you to keep this length and extension in your spine. And then just come back up a few times. So you'll feel a really big stretch in the hamstrings here as well. And up. And then you start to build those lower back muscles. So then sweep it back up. And you can continue on with the flow. Off lift, step it back, holding high plank, building the abdominal muscles also helps your back because then you're using the core strength and not all the effort is put on your spine and your back muscles. So then you lower slow for chaturanga. This is a big stretch here, really feels nice on the low back. But if you have back issues, an up dog where your legs are lifted doesn't feel good, drop the legs, drop them. This is called cobra, and just continue to roll the chest open, look up and back. That sometimes feels nice too, just to rock a little bit here. Loosen it up. Then tuck the toes and gently press back, downward dog. And from here, just walk it out. Pressing down through the heel of the hand between the thumb and the first finger. And just feeling, see my neck's popping right here as I do this. Just kind of walk things out, stretch through the back. Then you look forward, and to start, just gently step to the top of your mat. We'll get into jumping later, but if we're doing a gentle back flow, then we're just going to step up. And sweep up, and stretch. I'm going to show you another one, and I'll turn to the front to show you this. This is often used in Bikram yoga or hot yoga variations, and it's their version of half moon. So as you can see, I'm going to squat down. I'm going to keep my hands here alongside my ears, hug the shoulder blades in. Now if you have shoulder issues, you can always modify and just bring your arms here. But for those of you that can do it, squeeze them in here, palms together. This is called steeple mudra, with your fingertips released and your thumbs crossed. Then stand back up. Breathe in, lengthen, and then on an exhale, you're going to reach to the side, keeping the bottom shoulder rotating open and pushing the hips to the opposite direction, creating a crescent moon shape with your body. Really root down through the opposite foot. This feels really nice to stretch your side body. Come back to the center. Another side. Now I do this several times just to kind of loosen up, to open up through the side body. And it's a nice thing to add into your Sun A as well. When you sweep up, go side to side, then up and back, and then fold forward. So then we're going to resume back into our flow. Down dog. Now I've showed you all the warrior postures in Sun B, but for purposes of just working into the back today, I'm going to show you just some floor postures you can do as well. So you're going to come to your knees. A big heart opener is called camel pose. To modify, just tuck your toes under so your heels are a little bit lifted. You don't need to modify, you can keep them flat. Keeping your tush nice and loose, just grab back for your heels, and this may be it for you. This may be all that you need to do to feel this. Start to lift from your heart. Now don't crunch into the spine. And be cautious of your cervical spine. We're trying to open the chest and then come back up into Ardha Karmasana, which is half tortoise pose. So bring your knees together, sit back and down on your heels, sweep the arms up. I love this posture. This is probably one of my favorites. Now on an exhale, first you lift up on an inhale, exhale, you lift your sits bones just slightly away from your heels, keeping the spine nice and long. Try to touch the forehead to the floor before the fingers do. And then little by little, you'll work your sits bones back down to meet your heels. You'll feel a really amazing stretch through the entire vertebrae. Then engage your core, come back up. I stay there for several minutes usually, and if you have somebody there with you, they can push down right here on your sits bones a little bit gently, and it really helps to find that length, that extension. It feels really nice. It's a great posture to try. Another one, it's just with your legs out in front of you, starting to lengthen over your toes. So forward fold. So this is the same variation that we were doing standing up, except now we're on the floor. So the tendency here is to round out the spine. But again, like I showed you in the beginning, we want to plug the shoulder blades into the spine there and then reach. And if that means you bend your knees, then bend the knees. Bring the belly to the thighs. And you stretch there. So those are just a few of the postures that I really like to do to start to stretch out the back. Another forward fold standing would be to, this is a little bit more in depth, so if you're not there yet, don't even try it. But you come down, bend the knees, so belly to thighs, sweep the arms around, cup the heels from behind, and with a slight tug on your heels, start to roll the weight into the ball mounds of your feet. Shifting your forehead toward your shins, keep hugging the biceps together or the elbows to touch behind your legs. You'll feel an amazing stretch from your heels to your hips and your hips all the way to the crown of your head. And little by little, the legs straighten, and this just feels so good on my back. And release and come up. So those are just a few things to get you started to help promote a healthy spine, to really open up your chest, build your abdominal strength, and then stretch out your back. I hope you found this beneficial. If you have any questions or you'd like me to cover another posture or another part of the body to help out, please let me know. Thanks for stopping in.